Now, it is neat to know who people are descended from, but it doesn't matter. Everyone's actions, speak for themselves. Your merits are based on your actions, not your relations or your family tree. That being said, some of you will say, okay, well, the government has to watch you because you are somebody who's made it clear your intentions to go to war with the secret societies. There's a few things you need to consider. You need to consider that most people gang stalking are not violent people. Most people who are gang stalked, are not violent people. And, they're using the same program on me as they are on them. They actually want to provoke them to violence so they can shut them up. They can get them in psych wards or in jail where they're forced to take medication. Look at the percentage of inmates who are forced on medication. I don't know the number on top of my head. There's so many statistics I go through that, I don't give one consistent speech. I talk about a variety of things. So, I don't know. It's something like 30% if I was to throw something out there. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's a high percentage of inmates, Going back to the article from CNN that I quoted in my other videos again, I don't know off the top of my head, but the woman there, she was a psychologist, she was a psychiatrist. I'm pretty sure she was, a psychiatrist. And she said 1 in 4 women are on psych meds, 1 in 7 men. So all these things, the news, where are we going with this? Don't you see where they're going? Ever since I was a little kid, my dad he was very protective, and he wouldn't let me go places, and he would start talking a certain way, and I knew what he was going to say. He's going to say, no, you can't go to the bowling alley with your friends, when I was, say, in 8th grade or something. You can't go spend the night at your friend's house. He would start a certain line, a certain, usual spiel, and I knew where he was going with it. And if you were in my shoes, you would know where they're going with it as well. I'll go as far as to say you don't need to be researching as much as I am, or have researched as much as I have, to understand where they're going with this. Where they're going with this is putting themselves above people. They basically decided that we're going to use science to get what we want and twist it accordingly. And we're going to twist psychiatry and say that the people we want under us, especially people who aren't in secret societies, are going to be monitored by us, and they're going to be medicated by us. Okay? It's control, mind control, physical control, etc. Cyber control, if you will. They're making money. They're into your personal life. And when they want to find somebody for a secret society, they want to play matchmaker for somebody in a secret society, they can literally look at people's lives and literally direct you toward them. I've seen them do it in my life. They try to play matchmaker for women that they know, women that are having trouble finding a man for whatever reason. I know the reason, but I'm not necessarily going to highlight it because I don't think it's necessarily important, and it's a little bit cruel. So, for whatever reason, they have trouble finding a man, and they try to matchmake them with me, or they try to matchmake them with someone else. It's the same in secret societies, with where they're going with this, and especially rich people with certain fetishes. They're going to look for vulnerabilities, psychological vulnerabilities, psychologically profile people. Say, what kind of children can we molest? What kind of men are either gay or open to being gay? Psychologically fit the profile of somebody who we can turn. And things of this nature. This is where they're going with this. I mean, it's common sense, really. Some of you are like, oh, wow, you're paranoid. No, you're just idiots. This is not up for debate. This is what it is, okay? It's like saying, next year the Republicans are getting ready for the elections next year, and they're setting the stage in politics for them to win. You're like, oh, you're paranoid. Oh, my goodness. Do you think there's a Republican conspiracy or something? No, you stupid bitches. People plan ahead. I mean, God. You think squirrel's the only one smart enough to store acorns or nuts or whatever for the winter? Oh, gosh. If you don't think these people are thinking way the fuck ahead, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to waste any more time on that point. Okay. So, I see where they're going with this, you know, and obviously who's doing it, you know. They have different wings, you know, psychiatrists, therapists, you know, etc. They're in charge, you know, teachers. They're in charge of this kind of mind control. The politicians, the media. And they have the military wing, you know, the police, the intelligence agencies, law enforcement, etc. I mean, it's a no-brainer. You know what's going on here. It's a no-brainer. It's a collaboration, you know. It's a no-brainer. You know, some of you say, well, it's the Jews, it's Israel, you know. It's white people, whether they're Jews or cultists. No, I don't have time to get in that in this video, but okay. In the future, when your descendants, parents, are, you know, they're asking their parents, you know, why is the world like this? You know, why did people let this world get to such a horrible place where, you know, God is not taken seriously? What are you gonna, you know, what do you want them to say? You know, well, they were afraid, or they felt it was in their best interest, and people just wanted to, you know, fit into society. Or, yeah, there were people who fought back. You know, or do you want the future to be different completely? Your descendants to say their parents, you know, I appreciate these people who fought for our rights in such an oppressive time. Okay. Now, also I want to touch on the fact that the panther is a solitary, you know, creature. He, you know, attacks at night. You know, we're dealing with wolves and panthers, to figuratively speak about it. They're packs of wolves. But a panther is tactical enough to attack a pack of wolves. And some people have trouble understanding this. If a wolf pack is not fighting efficiently as a pack, then they are nothing more than a pack of sheep to a panther. And this panther is not interested in sheep, but wolves. That is why I fight the enemy. Furthermore, I'd like to express to African Americans out. I made 2 videos that took half an hour almost, you know, altogether on the stupid iPhone, trying to, on this app, video editor app, trying to, well, I didn't try, I finished both videos. And they're beautiful videos, except for people would take them the wrong way. But basically, I'm going to tell you this. It is much better to be a transcendent hero than to be the descendant of the Pharaoh. Or much better to be the descendant of a transcendent hero than a descendant of Pharaoh. I'm pretty sure those videos, let me just bring this up. Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad all were transcendent heroes. They weren't pharaohs. They were military men. Even Jesus, who said, I didn't come to bring peace, I came to bring a sword between mother and daughter, father and son, etc., right? Not in those words, but close enough to those words. So, you have to understand that it's more important to be a transcendent hero. Okay, don't snob anybody because you think you're related to a king or pharaoh. This goes for African Americans, Africans, any black people. Don't play the stupid role the white people play. You know that, oh, I'm civilized, my family was civilized, I'm from a long line of civilized people, we're the civilized race, or I'm from the, you know, there's several things I think you can you should watch the movie Boondock Saints to realize the beginning. They talked about Katie Genovese, I believe, the woman in New York who was stabbed to death while people just looked on. He said, we all must fear wicked men. I would say it like this. We all must be wary of wicked men. But one thing we should be more wary of is the indifference of good men. And also, I would like to end on saying, there is such thing as white privilege, and it's despicable. But there is something more despicable than white privilege. It is royalty, royal family privilege, and secret society privilege. It's the only thing more despicable when you're talking about privilege than white privilege. Think about it. People in secret societies who use unscrupulous systems such as Babylon system, the people who benefit from Babylon system, the minions of Babylon, the priest caste of Babylon, the psychologists of Babylon, the military wing, the hierarchy of Babylon. It's despicable, right? They're benefiting from this horrible system of pedophiles, homosexuals, unscrupulous feminists who have sold women out. I care about women more than they do. Believe it or not. And I'm mad at women for how they treated me, but I care about them more than they do. I'm out of time.